And I'm back. Wow, isn't the technology just great these days on live stream? It's always going to happen when you're going live, isn't it? And as I was saying earlier, guys, I have a new device, so I'm just getting used to it tonight. So anyway, welcome, guys. Thank you so much for joining me here tonight for this week's live stream, Narcissistic Abuse Recovery Q&A. This is take 2. Okay. Now, yes, David's joining us tonight, so we're just waiting for him to pop on in. As soon as I see him, I will let him in. So already I can see we've got Al Owen is there. Hi, Al. David, if you can see me, just say hi and I'll try and let you in. I wasn't able to do it landscape today, so fingers crossed I can still let you in because, yeah, Facebook is just really, really playing up tonight, hence take 2. Okay, we've got Lita Hansen is there all the way from Oklahoma. Hi, Lita. And we've got Tasha Mack is there from Canada. And we've got Leslie Stibbard is there and says, hi, beautiful. Aren't you gorgeous? Hi, Leslie. Thank you for joining us. We've got Jess Shannon is there. Says hi again. And we've got Sky Pickard now. Yeah, and Sky says, is it working now? I certainly hope so, Sky. We've got Julie Joyce there. Says hello from Yorkshire in the United Kingdom. Awesome to have you here, Julie. Beck Sargentson from all the way from New Zealand, and we've got Paul Davies is there as always from the Gold Coast. Thanks for joining us, Paul. And we've got Jess Haslop or Hayslap is there from North Brisbane, right where I am, Jess. Okay, so David, I'm just looking out for you. Yeah, I'm really, really hoping that I can get you in tonight because Facebook is playing up and it won't let me. I'm just going to tip the camera, guys, and see if this works. I don't think it's going to. Oh, wow, it worked. Rotate your voice. You can't go live. Okay. So what it's saying to me is you can't go live when you have your phone like that. So, yeah, the joys of getting a new device. If anyone knows about the Samsung 20 Plus and how you can go landscape live, please tell me because it's driving me crazy. Okay, we've got we've got Evelyn O'Leanane is there from Tasmania. I can see David is there. Hi, David. Let me see if this works. I really hope I can get you in. No, it's not going to let me. Oh, yeah, hold on. Bring David on. I have what this is going to look like, but we're just about to find out. Where are you, David? It says adding, so he should be here any second. We've got Annabelle Lloyd-Penny is there from the UK, and we've got Andrew. Now you can't see me. How am I going to work that? Hey, David.
Hi. You have a
Hi.
Samsung 20 Plus, huh? Wow.
And it's driving. Yeah, it won't let me do the live streams like we normally do them on landscape. It just wouldn't let me.
I see everything sideways, so I don't know if I'm straight.
Oh, okay. I'm just gonna, guys, just talk amongst yourselves while David and I work out the semantics. Yeah, no, it ain't gonna work. So we're just gonna have to do it this way.
I don't know if people see me straight or sideways. I don't know.
Well, I'm assuming they can see what I see, which is two heads. So we'll just go with that. Looks a bit different tonight, guys, but yeah, we'll sort it out for next time. But yeah, Samsung 20 Plus, what a pain. Okay, let's go. We've got Dalal Yusuf is there. Hey, Dalal. Al Owen just said it looks fine. Okay,
good.
so I guess we've just got a different outlook. Instead of being on landscape, it's now the other way around. So David, let's just get into it. Let's get into it tonight. Did you want to introduce our topic? By the way, it's awesome to see you. Great to have you back.
Oh, thank you. Good to be back. We took a little break.
Yeah. No, I love doing these live streams and having you help co-host the show. So yeah, wonderful to have you back. So, David, yeah, do you want to introduce tonight's topic?
Sure. It's a good one. Manipulation tactics of the narcissist. Yeah.
Yes,
A
I think it's
topic
a
favorite
great.
of most. A topic favorite of most people, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. So tell me about it. Why do narcissists manipulate, David, and how do they manipulate us?
Sure. Well, why? I think most of us pretty much know what manipulation is to a certain degree, but why? It's a real battle between um, their own. They want to be self-sufficient, independent, right? But this is the true codependent that can't be, that doesn't know how to conversate and ask for things they want, right? And they can't be vulnerable, right? So they want your support, they want things from you, right? But they can't be vulnerable, don't know how to ask, so they manipulate. And it's a real product of the lowest self-esteem that you can have.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically, the narcissist, yeah, it all narcissism, I guess, stems from insecurity, doesn't it, David? But to
Absolutely.
garner that narcissistic supply, which is their oxygen, they need to be able to manipulate us into giving them a reaction, and they engage in that manipulation in so many different ways. A classic one, which I'm pretty sure everyone tonight here would have heard of, is gaslighting.
Mhm, mhm. Absolutely. Yeah, I think the common ones that we all have heard before with that's associated with narcissists and narcissist abuse would be gaslighting, perfect, right? Silent treatment, triangulation, projection, right? Passive aggressive behavior.
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 Triangulation. That's a classic one, isn't it? Let's set these people up. Let's bring a third party in and manipulate this situation. Spread a rumor here. Tell this person that that person's talking about them, and get some drama going. Manipulate them into hating each other, thinking all kinds of things, all in the quest for narcissistic supply.
That's right. That's right. I wrote down some other reasons people manipulate. The main reasons for personal gain, power, control, even boredom, right? Narcissists need and want constant admiration, you know, and a lot of fears play into this. Like you said, they have a fear of insecurity, fear of abandonment, maybe, fear of intimacy, fear of acceptance, right? These all play into reasons why they manipulate. And you started telling people kind of what it looks like, right? And some of the things they do, some tactics. So we can jump right into that. Yeah, I've got a bunch here. And there's more. I'm sure I'd love to hear other people give other reasons, but
Yes, yes. So,
other tactics.
guys, tell us how, I guess the things that stand out in your mind around manipulation, how you were manipulated in the relationship. Aline Evolve is there, and she said it's so childish. Yeah, absolutely. It's extremely childish, especially when they resort to certain tactics such as sulking and pouting. Basically what you said, David, the silent treatment to get their own way. Um, Another really, I guess, um, major way that they manipulate us, David, that a lot of people here tonight would be able to relate to is when they play the victim.
Hmm. Number one, play
Yeah,
the victim. That's on the top of my list. Yep.
yeah,
Um,
yes,
and another one people I get asked about a lot is just being nice, being your friend, giving you what you want, right?
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. The
Um,
special treatment makes it special. Um, Especially in the beginning of the relationship when they're love bombing and they're telling the target that they're amazing, making them feel so special, to manipulate them into a relationship where they can be I guess brainwashed, devalued, and essentially made to be dependent on the narcissist for their self-worth.
yeah, well, it's real easy for one to know what they want is they're giving it to you first, right? And they're giving you all this admiration. They're putting you up on a pedestal and telling you you're perfect. Perfectionist is what they want, right? And so that's
Yeah.
what they want. That's what they want. And when they start devaluing you, and this is all over, it's because you're not doing it enough for them, and you can't. Yeah, you can't.
Yeah.
Never enough admiration for them. They play the
Yeah.
victim. They play stupid. They mix in lies with half truths. They shame you. They idealize you, like we said. They bully, minimize, rationalize, and blame others. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that there's, we could go on for so long, David. Crocodile tears, they can go from crying, producing those fake tears. That's actually, if any tears actually come out, to a fit of rage, in the space of a minute. Because if one strategy doesn't work, they'll try manipulating you in another strategy with another strategy.
That's right. And let's go even, all the way to the end, the worst, right? We've got emotional blackmail, right? Threats of suicide. I'm going to kill myself if you don't do what I want. If you leave me, if you don't come back to me, if you don't do what I want. And that's just one of the most awful, awful forms of manipulation, isn't it? Emotional blackmail. Awful.
Yeah,
The smear
absolutely.
campaign, the smear campaign, right? Really attacking your character, assassination, right? Yeah, I can't control you, so I'm going to control people around you. More
Yeah,
manipulation. I'll manipulate everyone around you if I can't manipulate you. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Another one, David, that I hear quite a lot with my lovely clients that come to see me is the threat. This relationship's over. You don't do what I say. You've been looking in my phone. You don't put up with my abuse. This relationship's over. It's done. And of course, we know that a lot of the time when this is going on, this will, put the fear into the victim, because they're so trauma bonded, they're so dependent on the narcissist, and the threat of having the narcissist leave, to end that relationship when they are just so dependent, it will make them do anything the narcissist wants.
Perfectly said. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
So
it's really blackmail, isn't it? You do what I say. You stop questioning me about this abuse, and you start putting up with my abuse, or I'm going to leave you.
that's right. And these are all forms of exploitation. And because narcissists don't see people as human beings, they don't connect with you. You are nothing more than an objectification, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, we don't
yeah,
manipulate people we care about, people we love and connect with. Not that we manipulate anybody, but to do this with your partner and people in your interpersonal lives really shows that they don't see the humanity in you. You're an
yeah,
object that they will continue to try to get what they want from you, no matter the effects it has on you. Very egocentric.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Um, Another way that many narcissists garner narcissistic supply, David, is by rescuing, appearing to be that compassionate rescuer who only has your best interests at heart. They might offer their place out, for people who are in need to come and stay, only so that they can wear those people down, then kick them out, and say that it was, it was all their fault. But hey, I did the right thing. So it's all about manipulation. It gets them that to appear like this, very, very, I don't know, this kind, compassionate person who is very, very giving, which is obviously the act, so that they can, engage in or sustain the negative narcissistic supply, the negative energy from those people when they get rid of them, because they really don't want to help them. They just want the admiration and the attention from the community, from the public.
Yeah, right. Admiration and status, right?
Yeah.
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 And the
Hey, I
ultimate.
help people. I'm amazing. I help people. That the narcissist doesn't let it on later that, that once they've helped them and they've been seen to help them, that all that it just ends. That's not put on social media or anything.
Yeah, the ultimate covert passive aggressive behavior where they are the victim hero or the hero, the selfless hero. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And what about jealousy? Making their partner feel insecure and jealous. I mean, that would have to be up there with one of the most prominent strategies they use, in that they get them hooked, they manipulate them into getting hooked, and then they create a sense of insecurity by trying to make their partner jealous. By flirting with other people, by doing all kinds of things just to, and then brushing it off with the gaslighting and making them appear, to be over, protective and jealous and envious. That this is another form of manipulation.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, predators, manipulators will find your core vulnerability and exploit it. Many women might have that fear of abandonment, fear of loss, right? And they will
Yeah,
exploit that. They'll know that, and they will absolutely threaten your security, the entire relationship, especially towards the end. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. And creating shame, guilt in their victims. Narcissistic parents are particularly good at this. Things like, hey, I gave birth to you, you owe me because I did this, this, and this for you. And just creating that sense of guilt, that sense of obligation in their victim. And they're able to do it because they know they're targeting people who have, empaths, people that have that sense of compassion, and feel like they do owe them something.
Yeah, sure. And another great one, narcissistic parents they will compare their children to other children, right? I will get you to be better at sports, at school, at whatever I want you to do by comparing you to other children. Scotty, Suzanne, Anna is better than you at this, right? They're faster than you. They get A plus 4.0, in school.
Yeah.
And comparing you, and that just causes massive low self-esteem. Breaks you
Yeah.
down. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I guess basically what we can say, David, is that that's the narcissist MO, is to manipulate. That is how they survive, because certainly they can't rely on people liking them, or flocking to them because they are genuinely nice people, because of course we know they're not. So they have to manipulate people, they have to trick people, they have to dupe people, they have to distort everyone's reality to get that narcissistic supply, which is their oxygen.
Yeah, and you spoke of jealousy a minute ago, and they're also envious, aren't they? They're envious of other people and want what you have, and they want other people to be envious of them.
Yeah,
Very manipulative.
absolutely. They'll drop lines. Uh, I had someone comment on a status ages ago, and about 3 times in the comment they were negating something to do with the meme and saying, what a load of rubbish. And 3 times in their comment they dropped, not the hint, it wasn't exactly a hint, but they were a lawyer and they'd been in working in the family court for so long. 3 times. So there's that sense of arrogance. I need to let everyone know what I do, and that I am grandiose, and you need to look up.
And an absolute good example of low self-esteem, isn't it? I myself inside is not good enough. I have to be a lawyer, right? My status is what's important, not who I am, right? What I am, right?
Yeah. For all you lawyers out there, we're not knocking lawyers. This was just one particular person, clearly had some issues and had to drop that line 3 different times. And I was just like, it was just so obvious.
Bragging is manipulation.
Bragging. Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at me. Look at me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm so
I'm
great.
better than you.
I'm so great. The lawyer. I'm so great. Don't even try to go against me. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Well, yeah, I wouldn't want to be one of his clients, that's for sure, because I don't know how much empathy you would get.
I don't know. Maybe he's a good
Okay.
lawyer. I don't know.
Who knows? Yeah. Okay. David, was there anything else you wanted to add? Anything else you can think of that might
ton, a ton. Let's see what people are saying. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, guys, tell us yeah, how you've been manipulated by the narcissist, whether it's an intimate partner, a parent, a friend, family member, a work colleague. Let us know how you were manipulated, and if you, I guess, if I don't like to use the words fell for it, because that kind of reflects that, there's something that, some kind of weakness there, and we should have. But how were you manipulated by using your good qualities against you? Let's put it that way instead. Yeah.
Yeah, and we can go over any of these terms that we've used. We haven't really given exact definitions of them. So if anybody want to know some of the terms or an explanation of them, just ask some of the terms we used.
Yeah. Okay. Alrighty. David, I'm just going to try it once more, turning this screen and just see what happens. Is it a little...
You're
No,
upside down to me.
can you turn, you can't turn your phone while, no, it doesn't want to work. It doesn't want to play ball. Oh, good. We'll work on that.
You need
Okay,
me to
well,
do
we made it.
something?
Hey?
You need me to turn my phone or something? No?
No, because what it's saying is you can't turn your phone while you're live. So, yeah, we'll work on that. We'll have another shot during the week. Okay, let's have a shot at answering everyone's questions. See who else is here. We've got Lee Michelle is there. Hi, Lee. We've got Tash Mack is there. Tash says, telling me how awful his ex was and all the horrible things she was, bad mother, how she would hate me and not let him see his children. If she, what does it say? If she knew about me, and how mean she was to him. So that's all I can, how mean she was to him and how she cheated. So yeah, that's a classic, I guess, sign of manipulation, isn't it? There, David.
I missed the beginning of the question. I'm sorry. I
Oh,
didn't. I didn't.
telling me how awful, and I guess this is where the triangulation comes in. Telling me how awful his ex-wife was, and all the horrible things she was, a bad mother, uh, how she would hate me and not let him see his children. So, yeah, just pitting people against each other who probably have never met each other, setting up a situation where Tash, as the new partner, is set up to hate the old partner, thinking that she's just this horrible person, thinking once again, having him appear to be the victim. He's the victim of his ex. So there's, heaps of, I guess, of manipulation going on there with the triangulation.
Yeah, totally. I mean, here's more objectification, right? We're comparing humans, comparing people to other people. We don't do that, right? We compare objects to other objects. We get it. We trade in our old car breaks down, right? Doesn't work anymore. It's been running like hell for a year, right? And we get this nice brand new shiny car, and now we hate that old car, don't we? That piece
Yeah.
of crap car never got me anywhere. Bad gas mileage, broke down all the time. Nobody liked it. It smelled inside. I hate it, right?
Yeah, and I guess that's how a narcissist thinks of their previous targets. And this is what is just so painful, isn't it? Because we are humans, and to think that we can just be discarded like that, like you would a new car, is horrifying and very, very painful.
Yeah, I think the end of a relationship when you're discarded by them really shows uh, that you were just a piece of just an object, right? Because we discard garbage, not people. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Okay, we've got Francesca Gully is there. Hi, Francesca. Francesca says, I had to deal with one crazy enough to auto-destroy himself as long as he could destroy me. Unreal the extent he went through to manipulate everything and everyone. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
obviously, yeah, and what you said is exactly right, Francesca, that the links they will go to, and I guess it depends on where they are in their life, uh, how what they'll do. And you said he was, pretty much prepared to auto destroy himself as long as it got you. And we hear a lot of this in family court, don't we, David, with regard to an ex, whether that's male or female, just wanting to string that process out uh, over, years potentially. They don't care how much money is chewed up by lawyers, barristers, as long as it hurts you.
yeah, and as long as they win, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's absolutely, so common, Francesca, that, ultimately they do shoot themselves in the foot, but they don't care. Many narcissists will leave everything behind when they find a new target. They will leave their house, their children, a job, because the new, shiny new source of supply is just so enticing that they will just leave everything behind to get to that new source of supply.
Yeah, that's great. How many people out there still have the narcissist belongings at your house while they're maybe engaged, married to someone already, right?
Yeah. And this is, that's an absolute classic one, David, because it's win-win for the narcissist, because the narcissist is there getting all, I guess, this vicarious narcissistic supply, knowing what an empath you are, and that it would be highly unlikely for you to just throw all this stuff in the bin, and also knowing they could care less about that stuff, because now they've got this shiny new source. They've got a new toy to play with. So like you said, the old stuff sucks.
Yeah, right, right. Or if I do want to pick it up off the shelf again, I still have my foot in the door.
Exactly. I've got some stuff left at that person's place. So exactly right. If I want to pick it up off the shelf, I've got a really, really good reason to manipulate or to hoover. That's another manipulation tactic, isn't it?
Sure. The super codependent that can't, take a chance on a new relationship. It might not work out. I can't be alone. Right.
Yeah. Yeah. So I get a little bored as a narcissist. I want to manipulate you. I want to use your feelings against you, knowing that I discarded you and left you high and dry. I gave you no closure, and I know exactly what buttons to push because I put those buttons there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, well put. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. We've got Jennifer Kate Davis is there. Hi, Jennifer. Jennifer says, giving you what you want till they give you nothing at all. Yeah. And that's the cycle, isn't it, David?
That is. And they're really, like I said before, they're giving you what they want. So they think you want that. So it's maybe the showering of attention, admiration, the sex, money, whatever it may be. Yeah.
Mm. Yeah. And mentioning sex, what a great manipulation strategy. It's probably the one that cements a lot of these relationships in the beginning, because they know just how to make their victims feel so, so special. And of course, the victim doesn't know that this is just their MO, and this is how they are with every single target. They do think they're special, and sex is a very, very powerful technique to manipulate. There is no intimacy in sex with a narcissist. But it appears to be that way in the beginning.
Absolutely. Yeah, they use sex. You know, sex, it's a part of the dependency being addiction. And most of you guys out there know you'll feel that addictive element to sex, you know, people having dreams about them for ongoing time, thinking about
Ruminating, thinking
ruminating.
about, are they, yeah, thinking about, are they doing, you know, to another person what they did with me? And those
Yeah.
feelings are real, and they're powerful, and they're very, very painful to think that special intimacy that you felt is now being given to another person.
And if we haven't been loved enough growing up, we think that's love. We think that's love, and then we lose it. It's a dependency and addiction. Addiction is the most important thing in our lives eventually, and we lose it, and we think we lost love. We grieve, massive. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I'm glad we spoke about that, because I'm sure many people here tonight will relate to that, the intensity
Oh yeah.
of those of the sex in the beginning. It's extremely intense, and this is one of the weapons they have in their arsenal, and the narcissist becomes very good at it a lot of the time. It's a tool. They have to hone that skill. I'm not saying,
Right.
guys, I'm not saying they're all good, because I know I'm going to get people commenting going, mine wasn't.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Not all even have sex.
not a,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Well, yeah. Speaking of manipulation, once they're hooked, and that becomes something that you know is very special to them, then the narcissist is able to manipulate via withholding the
Yeah.
sex.
Classic borderline tactic as well.
Yeah. And then, of course, the victim thinks, what's wrong with me? You know, that they used to want to touch me all the time, and now they, you know, we barely say hello, let alone get intimate.
Exploiting that core vulnerability again. Shame. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Okay, we've got Al Owen there. Al says, taking away all affection until you feel like the worst person. Yeah, yeah. How how horrible is it? You know, it's I guess it's like the silent treatment. You know, once upon a time you know, at the beginning of the relationship, they can't keep their hands off you. They want to hold your hand all the time, and you just feel on cloud nine because someone just loves to be with you and appears so genuine. And then, of course, this just whittles away to nothing when, you know, you can't even get, you know, a good morning or good night kiss out of them.
Yeah. And we got to learn from this, right? Too much, too fast. Yeah.
Yeah. If it's too good to be true, that's because it is.
Right. Right.
Okay. We got Caitlin O. Neil is there. Hi, Caitlin. Caitlin says true monsters. Yeah, they are. Absolutely. Only a monster can play with people's feelings the way they do and use their feelings against them. Yeah, evil monsters. You're right. We got Tasha Mack there. Tasha says they even use their kids in their lives. Yeah. Don't narcissists love to use their kids to manipulate? And you know, we were talking about this earlier, David. You know, a classic, I guess, case of manipulation, uh, triangulation even is when we pit children against each other. You know, with the scapegoat child and the golden child.
That's right. Children are not left out of being objectified and exploited, right? They don't see them as human beings. They're maybe parts of themselves they love or hate about themselves, and but they use children absolutely, absolutely use them to manipulate to gain that power and control over their partner, big time.
Yeah, or yeah, over their partner, or to gain narcissistic supply simply from the child. You know, a classic example of manipulation, David, that I hear quite a lot is uh, withholding love and affection, once again, from the child, the same as they do with their intimate partner. If the child isn't worshipping them, they're just not speaking to them. And how debilitating is this for a child who is so reliant on their parent for their self-worth?
Conditional love, care, and attention, all conditional. And children have to, in their childhood, we all have to have unconditional love. Or we're judged for what we do, not for how we feel or who we are, what we do.
Yeah, yeah. You mentioned using the children to manipulate the children to get at the other parent. One that I hear about quite a lot is when the father or the mother will bait, provoke the other parent, and then say to the children, look at your mother, look at your father, they're going crazy. So of course the children hasn't been, I guess, cognizant of that, very covert abuse where the narcissist was provoking that parent. So the child sees the true victim of the narcissist exploding, perhaps crying, yelling, screaming. That's what the child sees, and of course the narcissist goes to the child, look at your mother, look at your father. They're crazy. Come on, kids, let's go out for an ice cream. I need to take you out of here.
Yeah, the smear campaign, right? Against mom or dad. And they do it. And you're right. And the smear campaign starts with, false claims, accusations, right? And what does that make somebody do? It makes you cry, get upset, anger, lose control. And then it's, oh, look, they're out of control. Yeah, classic. Yeah.
Let's get the video out and record them.
Oh my gosh, how many times have you heard that, right? It's
I
amazing how many
know.
times I've heard they provoked me, they threatened me, they told me there's somebody else, something, and then here comes the video camera. Yep.
Yeah,
Unbelievable.
yeah.
Yep.
It's scary how many times we hear that. Get them wound up and get the video camera. And of course, on the other end of the video, the person holding the video is going, please be quiet. The kids are here. You're hurting the children, or acting like they're so innocent. So that will be heard on the video. We've heard it all, haven't we?
Yeah, right. Prepping for the videos, get them as upset as you can, and then now the narcissist stays calm. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Devious.
Okay, we've got Annabelle Lloyd Penny is there. Hi, Annabelle. Annabelle says, and I was going through a hard time at work and then dumped me when I was no longer useful. Of course, it was my fault in that person's eyes. Yeah, of course. If you're dumped by the narcissist, aka discarded, Annabelle, it's always going to be your fault. It can't be the narcissist's fault, because then that would mean that they are flawed, that there's something wrong with them. A narcissist can never have anything wrong with them, because that would wound their ego. So they have to portray it that it's your fault.
That's right. Yep. Blame shift, right? Projection. Their ego is external. They care about what they look like, but internal, inside, full of shame. They hate themselves. So they can't even peek in there a little bit and say, I made a mistake. No way.
No,
They project it onto
no.
you. My bad feelings, my feelings of shame are going to be yours. They're you. I can't accept myself. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, we've got Megan Rebecca is there. Hi, Megan. Megan says, would it be triangular? Would it be that he? Oh gosh, it just disappeared. Sorry, Megan. I'm going to try and make it come back, but you've just disappeared. Oh gosh. Hopefully it floats back, Megan. I'm so sorry about that. All right. Okay, we got Jess Hayslap is there. My ex was envious of how close my family was, but did everything he could to isolate me from them. And there's the reason why he was so envious, Jess, is because you had allies, you had a support system, and this created massive jealousy. in the narcissist, because they will never have that, and they needed to isolate you from that.
Absolutely. Perfect. Support. Yep. That's what they want. They want more, and they're envious of the support you have. They want to take it from you. That's envy. Yeah.
Okay. We've got Evie Archie is there. Hi, Evie. Evie says, he triangulated me with my sisters. Thank God they got to know and ignored him. Yeah. Yeah, I'm happy for you that they did know that, because so often we hear that the narcissist will engage in the smear campaign, which is what he was doing with that triangulation, and people fall for it.
Yeah.
And
It's too bad.
essentially we lose friends, family, loved ones.
Very sad. Yeah. Very sad, but it happens. And you know, hopefully a lot of people that experience that afterwards realize that some of the people that believe this stuff about you, or the people you've lost due to this, really may not have been your friends in the first place, because it's a very judgmental thing, right? That somebody can't even make a mistake, right? That's what I got to say to every smear campaign. Even though it's lies, it's like, so what? Someone can't do something wrong or bad, you know? And that's just obvious. That's them. That's them, that they can't accept their own self for being a piece of crap. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Okay. Megan. Megan says, I totally feel like he does this. But then he always chooses her, so I don't know how that works. I didn't get the start of the one. The other one was the question that flew away. So I'm assuming, Megan, that you're talking about triangulation between you and another person. He always chooses her, so I don't know how that works. If he's always choosing her, I guess all I can say to that, Megan, is don't allow yourself to be an option. And if he's pitting you two against each other, all he's trying to do is to make himself out to be this wanted, person, this wanted commodity that everyone's fighting over, and that the one who gets them is like the winner of the lotto. They've won Brad Pitt, and I'm sure he's, not the equivalent of Brad Pitt. But yeah, I'm not laughing at you, Megan. I'm saying you are worth so much more. And this person, if he's choosing someone else, then let him have that person, because you are you are a survivor, and you deserve so much more than to be an option for someone.
That's right. And that kind of leads me, I wanted to say that I hear so often that the victims try to manipulate the manipulator at that point, right? We get so far at the end of the road that we don't have the self-worth or the esteem or even know how to leave these people. And we try to play their game, and you can't. You just can't. You can't beat a manipulator, a lifelong manipulator, because that's what they are. They're lifelong. This behavior is all learned and taught in childhood, and you're not going to beat a manipulator, because it takes a certain person that we are not. It never ever works. Yeah.
Yeah, you can't win playing their game. The only way to win, and by win we mean to heal and get away from them, is to go no contact and completely block them out of your life. But trying to I guess get revenge, try to one up them, trying to this is one I hear a lot. I'm sure you too, David, do too, David, is trying to make the narcissist jealous, and thinking, well, that'll get them to love me again. If they see another, guy or girl looking at me, that'll get them all jealous, and they'll remember what they're losing. It
Yeah.
doesn't work with the narcissist. It
Yeah.
backfires.
For many reasons. And even if you get this person, there's no prize. It's an abuser. You still have a toxic relationship, right? Doesn't work. And,
Yeah,
and it just creates more shame and guilt, because that's what we hate. We're becoming what we hate.
yeah, absolutely.
You want to stop manipulation, there's only one way. Stop giving them what they want. It's the only way to stop manipulation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another way, David, that just sprung to mind was social media. The biggest manipulative tool of all. You can be whoever you want. And this is how many of these predators seduce their prey. It's through social media. I'm going to pretend I'm this, amazing person who's, just so, I love life. What else do they say in their profiles? I'm loyal. I'm giving, I'm caring, I'm full of empathy. I hate people who cheat. And I guess what you have to think with when these people say these things is, why do you have to say that? Because that should just be taken for granted that you don't cheat and that you are loyal. So it really, guys, there's a big red flag there, because people who need to say that are often saying it because they're trying to hide something.
Yeah, and they know what you want and what you hate, right? That makes me safe if I agree with you and I want the same thing. Yeah.
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 Absolutely. Social media and, of course, dating sites.
Well, I mean, look, show me a profile on Facebook of somebody who's unhappy, depressed, hates themselves. Show me a manipulator on Facebook. Really.
Yeah.
It's all projection. I project the image I want to project, not who I am inside.
Yeah. Okay, we've got Julie Joyce is there. Hi, Julie. Julie says, ex-partner 6 months free and he's still trying to do it. I loved him. I got him through his divorce, a custody battle, and then it just floated away. Sorry about that, Julie. Julie, absolute classic manipulation. You get him what he wants, and then he doesn't need you anymore.
Yep. Objectification. You provide something for me, just like objects do. Yeah. And once I don't want it, need it, or you can't do it anymore, you're too sick. You're
gone. Yeah. You're not of use to me anymore. I know many of you would have seen the series, David. I'm wondering if you've seen it on TV. Dirty John, is it? And the first one was just classic. But the second one, there was a little bit of controversy around who was actually the narcissist. And I guess this is a really good one to analyze with regard to looking at the husband, because we're talking about getting what you want. So, the wife, Betty, I think, put him through law school, med school, worked 2 jobs and did all these things so he could study. And then when he finally got, that reputation and got where he wanted to be, then, of course, out with the old, in with the new. So, naturally, you're going to feel very, very violated and used. Certainly, we don't advocate for killing that person, but it's a great case study there.
And a good example of why we don't leave a lot of times these relationships is we've invested way too much. We don't give our money away and put people through schools like this and do things like this for people and commit to these things and invest. It's too much. And when it's time to say goodbye, or we realize this is unhealthy or it feels bad, too hard to leave.
Yeah. And we hear that so much, don't we? I know I hear it all the time, but Nova, we've been together for 6, 7 years now, or even longer. I don't want to throw it away, because it's a long time, and I invested so much in this relationship. So of course, we hang in there and we make all these excuses around how the abuse is not actually as bad as it is.
Yeah. After we've not just invested everything we have, but compromised who we are, right? Lost a sense of who we are in this relationship. Give up on him, we give up on ourselves and lose ourselves entirely. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. We've got Megan Rebecca there says he even left his son and nearly lost you, Megan, again. And even told it's highly unlikely he can have more. He even left his son and has been told it's highly unlikely he can have more. Okay, so what you're meaning is he's left his son, even though he can't even have any more children, he still doesn't care that that he's left that child behind. And you know what that reflects, Megan, is that child was simply an object. And when sadly, the child had served its usefulness and something was looking a bit more shiny and new and brighter, then he left that child behind. So incredibly sad. But this is just a classic reflection of how they objectify even their own children.
And not even connect with their own children either, right? They don't connect with you or other people, but not even their own children.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we got Donna Field Kelly is there. Hey, Donna. Donna says, I get manipulation where if I have anyone interested in helping me, he will try and destroy my image to that person. David?
Yeah, I think it's a threat to what he owns. He owns you, you know, and anybody manipulating you doesn't want any outside interference, right? No one to tell you, hey, this isn't right, or to help you out of it, right? I own you, you're mine, you stay with me, you don't need anything. Yeah.
Yeah, it's yeah, absolutely right. It's not just about the narcissist trying to make the partner jealous by flirting. It's also about that power and control over the victim, by saying, that person's looking at you, or why are you wearing that, you shouldn't be going out in that, and and just creating drama because someone wants to talk to you. It's all about power, control, making you feel bad, and making you I guess susceptible to further, brainwashing and manipulation.
Yeah, and going back to envious of others and others envious of them, right? So they are envious people, and they believe that, and they want other people envious of them, but that also means you're gonna try and take what they have. You're gonna try and take it away, just like that's how they operate. So they
Yeah,
expect this from other people. That's how you operate, and you're gonna try and take what I have. So it's
yeah,
great that you're envious of what I have, but you're gonna try and take it. Don't like that.
yeah. Because why? This is my property. And,
Right.
and often when a victim's self-esteem has been ground down so far, sometimes they tend to think of this control as as the person, just caring about them so much. It's all done under the guise of caring, and this is how they can rationalize the abuse away because it's so hard to leave. They're just worried about other people. What's that line they always use? They always like to use, the narcissist. It's not you I'm worried about. It's everyone else around you. I'm worried about what they will do to you. Where really it's just about controlling you. But how good does that sound? How caring does that sound? It's about the other people, not you. I trust you.
Or the opposite, right? If they hate me so much and they treat me so bad, why are they so worried about everybody taking me away from him? Why is everyone so worried about losing me? Or why is he worried about losing me to other people? If he hates me so much, he tells me every day he hates me, but then he's totally paranoid and believes that I'm going to leave him all the time. Very contradicting,
Yeah.
isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. Confusing, absolutely. And as we all know, a divided mind, a confused mind is a conquered mind. So nothing is supposed to make sense with the narcissist. Everything is about crazy making and making you feel like you cannot trust your gut instinct.
Right. Right. And that's what manipulation is, right? I can't tell you. I can't ask. I can't be vulnerable, right?
Yeah. Okay, we got Patricia Oman is there. Hi, Patricia. Patricia says, hi, Nova finally got on. It might look a bit different, Patricia, tonight. David and I are going to have a play around. Sounds good, doesn't it? We are going to fiddle with Facebook. I don't know if that sounds better, David. We are going to adjust Facebook settings to allow us to do it like we used to, because it's just not working. And what I'm hearing from a few people is that the comments are going over your face, David. So yeah, we'll have to
I saw that.
muck around with that a bit
I
during
saw
the week.
that. I saw that, and when I try to get rid of him, it only asks me if I want to leave broadcast, so I can't get rid of him.
Yeah, so very strange look tonight, Patricia. But yeah, hopefully we'll have it all sorted for next week. Okay, we got Laura Grace is there. Hi, Laura. Oh, you've turned your camera around, David. Laura
Huh?
says, my ex did this to me, and he's still, whoops, where did you go? My ex did this to me as well. Yeah, and this is another problem. The comments are floating away, and I can't get them to come back. So yeah, sorry about that, Laura, but hopefully I'll see it again. So Laura, you're obviously in the same position where I assume you're being triangulated, maybe having being set up with another person, maybe to feel jealous, insecure, or on the other hand, being controlled, having your every move controlled. Often the narcissist will say that it's because they care about you so much. It's got nothing to do with caring, guys. It's about power. Laura says the only thing good in our relationship was the sex. Yeah. And yeah, a great tool, as we were talking about earlier, Laura. It's a great tool to keep you hooked. And often the thought of someone being, with another person, knowing how they made you feel and how special that what would you say? Because it's not intimacy. It's not intimacy from the narcissist part, that's for sure. But that engagement with the narcissist, I guess you feel such a connection. You feel so close to them, and the thought of them doing that or being with someone else is, very, very painful, and it keeps victims stuck in an abusive relationship. And the narcissist knows this. It's one of their most strategic weapons.
Yeah, definitely part of that addictive dependency, big time.
Yeah.
And I hear people say that the sex was good, but I don't hear people say the love making was good. Yeah.
Yeah, really, really great point, because, yeah, a narcissist does not engage in intimacy. There's no connection from there. There's nothing behind the eyes. There's no empathy. There's no compassion. It's all about fulfilling a need.
That's right. Right.
Yeah. We've got Alini Volt there. Hey, Alini. Alini says, dangling the carrot. Yeah, that's a great one, Alini. Future faking.
Moving the
Oh,
goalpost.
Sorry?
Moving the goalpost. I know you can't see me, but moving the goalpost further and further and further. Yeah.
Yeah, I can see you just fine. Yeah, the future faking. Oh, we're going to get married one day, and we're going to have this many kids, and or telling you that you're going to be going on a holiday, or just going out the next week, and then totally whitewashing that night and taking it away from you. All these the future faking is essentially dangling the carrot, keeping you to keep you hanging on in the relationship, thinking that there's going to be a payoff, that there's going to be a commitment here, and that you will be in it will get back to that loving relationship that you had in the beginning.
Yeah. False security. False security. Security comes in time. Yeah.
Lee Michelle says, yes, that's what mine did, withholding sex. Didn't realize that at the time that was going on. Yeah, Lee, withholding sex. Once they've set you up,
it's the equivalent of you know, and they've made you feel so special, and they've indicated they just love touching you all the time, and they love, you know, just feeling your body and being close to you. To rip that away from you, what happens? You're left feeling worthless. There's something wrong with me. You know, why don't they want to touch me anything anymore? I must have done something wrong. And it's the equivalent of a drug dealer getting you hooked on drugs and then, you know, depriving you of those drugs and watching you crawl back to them on your hands and knees, wanting to get through those withdrawal pains.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, security, biggest emotional need ever. In opposite of security, insecurity. In these relationships, you don't have security. It's false. It's false security. They can't provide security, real security. So we feel insecure, eventually vulnerable. Yeah,
Yeah.
we're
Yeah.
at their will. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We've got Sky Pickard is there. Sky says, I don't know, as unkind as this may sound, I would love it if he would find another girlfriend or supply and finally leave me alone. It's been over a decade and he just used third parties to control me. I don't think that sounds horrible at all. Sky, what do you think, David?
Well, it sounds horrible to go through that, right? For 10
Oh,
years.
I thought that Sky, yeah, was more meaning that I don't know, as unkind as this may sound, I would love it if he could find another girlfriend or another supply. Okay, so what I think Sky is referring to is she doesn't want any other girl to go through what she's gone through. So she's saying, you know, as unkind as that may sound, I wish he'd just find someone else and just leave me be. And you know, I don't think that sounds horrible at all. And he basically he will. So, you know, hoping that that happens a bit sooner rather than later, so he stops abusing you, is not horrible at all, Sky.
But Sky, please find a way to make this stop. There are ways, legal ways at least. But just generally, and I'm not trying to accuse you or blame you. Try to stop giving this person what he wants. There's got to be something after this year's. Maybe you're giving him a little attention or something. But gosh, that's awful. 10 years. Yeah. Don't accept it. Keep fighting. Do something. Try legal,
Mm,
maybe legally. Yeah. I'm so sorry.
yeah. Okay, we've got excuse me, we've got Chevelle Williams is there. Hi, Chevelle. Chevelle says, and using your parents in myself case in myself case earliest memory at four-ish. Um, my sister was a year older, just at evil being from the get-go. My sister was a year older. So it sounds like the sister was the narcissist, Chevelle, and that she was using your parents. I hope I've got that right. Is that what you're hearing, David?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, this is more, I can't control you. I control people around you. I manipulate the people in your life, the people you care about, people, stuff like this. It's just, more smear campaign and manipulation, controlling. Yeah,
She
yep.
obviously, your sister, obviously, Chevelle, you learned at, if that's who we're talking about, learned at very early age how to get what you want, how to manipulate, how to I don't know, play the victim or to be the favorite, to get your parents' attention, because that's what a narcissist wants in the end, is attention, admiration.
And most healthy parents kind of know how to stop this, at least this
Yeah,
between siblings. Yeah.
yeah. Okay. We've got we've got Alina Rodriguez is there. Hey, Alina. Alina says, mine found, or rather groomed, a replacement, but then used her to abuse me by proxy so that she would cop the blame while he kept his hands clean. And like you, it's been years since D-Day. Whoops. lost you again. They never stop finding ways to punish you for finding out who they really are. Oh my goodness, absolutely, Alina. If you've seen the true self, you've seen the true self, and that's the ultimate sin. That's why the devaluing starts, because you've seen the true self. They've been able to relax. They can let the love bombing ease up because they know you're hooked. They know you're addicted. The devaluing starts. And what happens when the devaluing starts? You see who they really are. You see behind the mask, and you're to be punished for that.
Right. Yeah. For being vulnerable, for you seeing how bad of a person I am. Right.
Okay. Oh, we've got Jess Shannon is there. Hi, Jess. Jess says, mine ghosted me 3 weeks after I had our baby. Oh, my goodness. And had been having an affair with another woman whilst I was pregnant. Why does this happen? Why do we hear about this so much when a woman is pregnant? It seems to be a really classic time when the narcissist really, really engages in some despicable devaluation and classic abuse.
Yeah, totally. I mean, more objectification. Yeah, because if I'm not connected with my wife, if we'll say I'm connected to my wife emotionally, then I love that we're having a baby. I love that she's pregnant, and I accept that she's gaining some weight, things like this, right? She's changing, but for my object to change on me and not be what I wanted them to be and why I bought this object, I'm going to take it back, discard it, throw it away, get a new.
Yeah, not good anymore. Yeah, it's changed. Absolutely. Um, I think another kind of facet of that, of the pregnancy thing, and why the abuse tends to ramp up during pregnancy is the same as why it gets worse when you're sick or when there's anything that's about you, because you're not giving enough attention to the narcissist. You're wanting attention for yourself, of course. Why? Because you're maybe struggling, you're not feeling well, you're tired, you're not able to give the narcissist sex when they want it. You've changed shape. So hey, that wasn't the deal. And basically, the spotlight is on you when you're pregnant, where the spotlight at all times needs to be on the narcissist. So just the same as if you were sick, if you have a major job interview coming up, which is something about you, or you've had one of your loved ones die, the narcissist will make it all about them. It doesn't matter that you're pregnant with their child.
I've heard the opposite. Where they even the male narcissist goes to the hospital with his wife to have the baby delivered, and he makes it all about him. Won't stop talking about him and how great he is and how important he is. Yeah,
Absolutely.
Rides the coattails of that attention. Yeah.
Yeah, I actually put an article about that up the other day, David, where a woman was in labor and her narcissistic husband, that the midwives were just beside themselves. They could not believe it. The narcissistic husband was there with her while she was engaged in, extreme labor right towards the end of actually having the baby. And I think that the wife asked for some ice. And the narcissist actually said to her, say please.
Jesus.
And she actually said, please. And the midwives apparently were just aghast.
Yeah, right.
Classic. Just domination, complete and utter disrespect.
Right, and omnipotence. I'm godlike, right? I deserve you. You better say please to me.
Yeah. And yeah, it's about them not being able to give them enough attention and having the attention on them, and that's just not the go when you're with a narcissist.
That's right. And let me just say, you can't give them enough attention. You can't give them
That's
enough
right.
sex. You can't give them enough money. You can't give them enough admiration. You can't do any of these things enough for them. It's never, ever
And
enough.
absolutely right. And the reason I believe that we hear of them cheating, I hear this all the time. They cheat when you're pregnant. Why? For all the reasons that we've just mentioned. You know, a healthy, loving partner, as you said, David, would love the fact that you were changing shape because you had their baby inside, his baby inside you. You know, this would be just something that they would cherish, and they would have understanding around. You know, maybe you didn't want to be intimate as much as you were before you got pregnant. But the narcissist, well, hey, you're not giving me any sex. You're not giving me enough sex. So I had to go elsewhere. It's black and it's white.
And it's very important to understand if someone's going to tell me I love them and they're my abuser, then, you know, just reverse it. If you believe they love you, what do they love? Do they love your body, or do they love who you are? This clearly show they don't love who you are. They're not connected with you. They love what you are. And once that changes, done. Love is over. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or you could say they love what you give them. And once that capacity or what you are giving them changes, which is obviously going to change during pregnancy, as you said, that they're gone. You are no longer useful to me.
Right, right. What you are, an object. Microwaves cook my food, you know, a laundry machine cleans my clothes. That's what you are. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, David, we might just answer a couple more questions before we wrap it up for the night. Okay, we've got Vanessa Manzano is there. Hi, Vanessa. Vanessa says, I have no words to describe the way my ex-husband, my ex abused, not my husband, the way my ex abused my daughter. She was traumatized. She absolutely hates him now. His mother too. Sounds like his mother abused the daughter as well. Sick relationship he has with his mother. It has to stay no contact for good. Yeah, absolutely. No contact is the only way. There is no having dribs and drabs of the narcissist. And if you have to have contact, minimal contact, grey rock, if you have kids or, you know, if you're working with that person. But yeah, it certainly sounds like a sick narcissistic relationship to me, Vanessa.
Yeah, try stop giving him what he wants and see what happens.
Yeah. Often we don't know that we are giving them what they want. But certainly any reaction, just explaining yourself. This is a big one I find with people I speak to, is that they still are in that mode of, especially, well, obviously when they have kids, because otherwise they'd be complete and utter no contact. They're still in that mode of having to, of feeling the need to explain themselves. You know, you might say, "Oh, sorry, you know, I can't have the children for an extra few hours this weekend while you're, you know, playing golf or whatever it is." Why? And then the victim is still in that mode. Oh, because I'm doing this, and then, you know, and then this other person wanted me to do this, and just coming up with all of these reasons why they can't do what the narcissist wants them to do. And that's something, guys, I really want you to reflect on and to start thinking about, is that you do not owe, once you're gone, you do not owe them an explanation. Okay? Yes, no, you know, one word answers. You do not owe them an explanation, and you certainly do not owe your abuser good manners.
That's right. Or defending yourself, right? Jeez,
Yeah.
defending yourself. Oh, yeah, against all kinds of accusations. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, we've got Lorraine Macbeth there. Hi, Lorraine. Lorraine says, if they dump you, party. What does it say? Celebrate. Who the hell needs them? Yeah, obviously, you've managed to get out, Lorraine, and yeah, good for you. We need to yeah, realize that these people are just evil. They are going to use you and abuse you. And I know, you know, most of you have been through that, and that's why you're here tonight. But certainly, it's not always easy to celebrate straight away because it is so painful. That discard and our self-worth is on the ground or non-existent. But hopefully, with you know, support groups and people talking to each other, and you know, forums like this, you will get to that stage where you can celebrate and party and be thankful that that person is out of your life.
Eventually, maybe even thankful for the whole experience. Oops, wow. Maybe someday. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Okay, we've got Linda Jessica is there. Hi, Linda. Linda says, what about if you leave and they have been and they keep attacking you? Yes, on social media, publicly. Yeah, and I would expect that. You leave a narcissist, you create the biggest narcissistic injury that you could possibly inflict upon them. You have wounded their ego big time. You have told them, I don't want you anymore. You can't wound them anymore. So, of course, they are going to want to humiliate you, to punish you. And what better way to do that than on social media, where the whole world is going to see that?
Oh yeah, God, I've heard this over and over again. The smear campaigns, big cause of these that trigger these people to do this is leaving them, not talking anymore. I won't help you anymore. I won't be your friend anymore. I want this relationship over. I don't need you. I don't want you. And bam, smear campaign triggered. 2, 3, 4 years ongoing. Social media never stop posting stuff about you. Obsessed,
Yeah,
clearly obsessed.
yeah.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
you don't want them in your life.
right.
You wanting to be going no contact from someone who's engaging in a horrific smear campaign and not responding to them is not the same as the narcissist giving the silent treatment. They're complete opposite. The narcissist gives the silent treatment to punish you. If you are going no contact and not responding to the provoking that's going on within a smear campaign, it's because you want to heal. They are two completely different concepts. And if you don't respond, the narcissist will say that you're weak, that you're, you know, that you're gutless, and that you should stand up and defend yourself, and you know, call you all sorts of names, most especially weak, even narcissistic. The narcissist loves to call you narcissistic because you're not responding to the smear campaign. And these are just weapons to get you to react. So just don't fall for the bait and let the narcissist go on and on and on and on, and don't defend yourself. It's what they want. They want to grandstand themselves, and they want to isolate you. They want to hurt you.
They'll even say if you don't defend yourself, you're guilty. Look, they don't defend themselves. That means they're guilty. Yeah.
Yeah, this is that exactly. That's another tactic that narcissists, your sociopaths will use is, look, they're guilty, they're not saying anything. You know, if they weren't guilty, they would be standing up for themselves. What a great weapon to entice you into replying. The narcissist wants to bait you into responding. Don't.
Absolutely. Nothing. Yeah. Keep them below
Nothing
you.
at all.
Keep them
Yeah.
below you. They're not on your level anymore. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Right, much said. So one more before we go. Who haven't I said hello to yet? Okay, we've got We've got Amy Larson is there. Hi, Amy. Amy says, my current narc has me blocked on Facebook. Okay. That's if he's got you blocked. I'm not sure what the context around that is, if you've got kids or not. But if he's got you blocked, then you block him back, so that never the twain shall meet. Because if he's blocking you, Amy, it's to often they'll block you to get you to make you go crazy, to wondering what's going on in their life, especially if you're still in that wounded, trauma bonded stage. It's like, dare I say, flipping you the bird, blocking you and saying you're not going to know. Just know what's going on in my life. It's to make you go crazy, to make you try and use other ways to stalk them. Don't fall for it. And yeah, don't we need to assume, or not assume, we need to think along the lines of the narcissist being behind a brick wall and us being on the other side of the brick wall. We don't want to know what they're doing behind that brick wall. And certainly looking at them anywhere on social media or asking people about them is only going to keep you stuck on that hamster wheel.
That's right. Yeah, we gotta start having self-control a little bit. Your self-worth really is affected by this. It can be. The more that we look, every time we look to see if we're not blocked or to see what they're doing, it lowers our self-worth. And if you want it to raise, start making an opposite choice. Not look. Block them.
Yeah.
Don't unblock them. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Patricia Oman says you can't heal while being systematically destroyed. Yeah, that's so true, Patricia, and what a great way of putting it. You can't heal when you're coexisting in any capacity with someone who's intent on destroying you. It's like pouring water into a bucket full of holes. As much good as you try and do, it's being undone by the narcissist.
That's right. No contact. Yeah.
No contact. Yeah. Don't give them any opportunity to manipulate you. Yeah. Okay, David, we might leave it there for tonight. I was just thinking, having it vertical like this, it feels like we're on the Brady Bunch, because I'm kind of looking down at you to talk to you. It's it's the weirdest. Yeah, it's weird. I don't know what you guys can see, but it looks really weird and David looks like he's like Bobby or someone on the Brady Bunch.
Hey, I want to go over some things that might be obvious for people out there, but I just want to go over them real quick. Talking about manipulators. Yeah, just kind of some things that manipulators may look like, not all, but some of the things that they may look like and say and do real quick. If I'm hiding the truth, if I'm hiding who I am, if I'm ashamed of myself and I can't be vulnerable and I'm going to manipulate you, I'm also maybe going to hide certain things so I don't give it away. And one thing people will do when lying a lot, they'll either blink a lot maybe or not blink at all while they're lying to you. Another thing is they may cover their face a lot. So you'll see people with hair in their face, wearing hats, maybe long hair, maybe facial hair, glasses, kind of hiding things like this. Very common for liars and manipulators. One thing you can also do and see that, especially like sociopaths and a lot of narcissists, or people just faking affect. So like Nova said, fake crying, they're crying, but then you realize there's no tears. Yeah, right. That's a thing. Like that's not just, some people don't tear when they cry. It's people that aren't crying don't tear. Yeah.
And so many victims will tell us that if the crocodile tears didn't work, where they're going boo hoo, they will literally within a second engage in a massive fit of narcissistic rage to see if that will get you to react. And there's your proof that the crocodile tears were exactly that.
And there's the 4-year-old, right? I can't get what I want. I cry, and if that doesn't work, I have a temper tantrum. I drop to the floor and kick around in circles. Yeah, an
Yeah.
adult temper tantrum is scary. One thing you can do, people are faking affect, and like I said, sociopaths, stuff like this, when they're talking to you, you can literally see, you can cover up this part of their face. I don't know if you can see me, but if you look, their eyes typically don't change. One thing that's hard to do is a fake smile, feel a fake smile, and it's hard to make their eyes cringe like this. It can be difficult. You'll see that their eyes never change when they smile or they laugh or they're mean, they're sad, their eyes never change. That's another thing you'll notice. Um, and kind of this talking too much and talking a lot and taking it fast and me too, me too, me too, cutting off sentences, cutting you off quite a bit. I'm not saying everyone that does that is manipulating you. I'm saying that's a very common thing amongst manipulators. And it can be as subtle as, you know, we've all kind of done this, I think, but just that kind of, I don't want to tell people how I'm feeling, and I want them to figure it out, and I want them to know what I'm feeling, or they'll say, you should know how I feel. I don't need to tell you, you should know. You should know what I'm feeling. And it, or the, you ask them how they're feeling, like, I'm fine, fine, that kind of passive aggressive, right? Just things to look out for. I thought I would bring out. And a big thing, guys, is psychopaths, predators, the bad ones. And I've seen them say this is where I got this from psychopaths. They feed on empathy. They feed on, in empaths are huge targets, and they'll throw out a line of empathy. You know, I'll throw something out to see, you know, like we talked earlier, I'm in trouble, I'm sad, I'm hurt, somebody hurt me, I'm a good person, anything to pull on those empath strings. So be careful, okay?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Manipulation is the narcissist MO, and they will anytime you are engaging with a narcissist, they are manipulating you.
Manipulation is their language. It is their way of
Yeah, there
communicating.
is no time you are not being manipulated by a narcissist.
Yeah, it's their form of communication only, period.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, David. Well, we might leave it there. Thank you so much for joining us here tonight. It's been amazing having you. And yeah, we'll sort the Brady Bunch look out during the week. I'll talk to you soon, and we'll get that working again.
Yeah, we
Thank
will.
you for joining us. Do you want to tell everyone where to look for your page? The people from Brighter Outlook, tell them where they can go.
Yeah, people that follow me and don't know Nova yet, if you don't already, it's been so long now that we've been doing this, but Nova is from Brisbane, Australia. And please go and follow her in her Facebook page and her YouTube channel. Please, I'll put a link down below in the description box. Go there and support her. And you can find me, everybody, at my website, daviddemars.com. My YouTube channel is Demars Coaching. And thank you, all of you, for tuning in and letting me be here. Thank you, Nova.
My pleasure. Look forward to doing it again in a couple of weeks.
Absolutely. Me too.
Okay.
Bye.
See ya. Now,
Bye-bye,
I've
everyone.
got to work on how to say goodbye to you. Okay. So I've said goodbye to David. Okay. So yeah, guys, a few issues tonight, a few technical issues because of a change in setup with doing the live. So we are going to battle on and try and sort that out for next week. Okay. Now, guys, one thing I did want to ask you was, if you haven't already, please, I did an interview with a domestic violence victim, Julie. You might have seen her, especially those of you who are in Australia. Julie suffered some terrible domestic violence, narcissistic abuse, and she did all the right things. Julie went to the police, not only sought but obtained a restraining order. Julie's details were leaked by the police to her abuser, and the whole interview is around, I guess, Julie's journey from how the violence, the domestic abuse started, to what happened
in the end, and you can hear Julie's story by watching that interview. It's on Brighter Outlook's timeline. What happened when she was violated and betrayed again by the very system that was designed to protect her? And once again, we must reiterate that it's so hard for you guys to work up the courage just to get to that stage where you're going to the police station and seeking that restraining order. So to feel like you can't even trust that your details will be kept confidential and away from your abuser is a pretty scary thing. So yeah, please watch that video. Give me your comments in the comments section, and of course send your love to Julie, who is a huge advocate at the moment for domestic abuse, narcissistic abuse, coercive control survivors. Once again, it's on the timeline, and I urge you, it goes for about 46 minutes, to watch that interview. It was chilling for me to talk to Julie, and everything I heard literally sent chills down my spine. So yeah, I would love to get your feedback on that. Okay, everyone, thank you so much for joining David and I. Once again, guys, if you don't know, if you're new here tonight, my name's Nova. I'm a professional counsellor, Brisbane, Australia, but I Skype people all over the world. So if you'd like that one-on-one counselling session with me, please just inbox me, and that will give you an email to email me to book a session. And I would love to be able to support you in your narcissistic abuse recovery journey. Have an amazing week. I will see you next Thursday, 6:30 p.m. Brisbane time. Thank you, everyone. Remember your worth, and then add tax. Bye, everyone.